Welcome to another episode of 17 Minutes with South. ECR All Talk Radio. Hello and welcome to another podcast of ECR All Talk Radio, 17 Minutes with South. We got in the booth, a very special surprise for y'all. We got none other than the Prez, Mr. Johnny B. Johnny, say hello.
Morning, all you ECR fans.
We've also got the special guest for this lineup weekend, his podcast, Mr. Blessed Hands. How you doing, Blessed?
I'm alright. How y'all doing this morning, South and Johnny?
Glad to have both of you on the show.
Glad to be here.
Now, Blessed, I just want to start off is give you your fans, your audience, just tell them your name and a little bit about yourself.
I'm Alan Holtzman. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I like beating up the guys in the ECR on the track. It's easy.
And can you go ahead and give your social security number too? We need that.
I don't want to.
At least the last four digits.
0978.
Oh my God.
You're out there.
Good shit, guys. Good shit.
Johnny, do you remember whenever Bless came into the series? How long ago was that?
Now you got to take in consideration that I'm 62 years old, tired, military veteran, so my memories aren't really good. I don't know. I'm gonna say five seasons ago, 5 years ago. Not sure.
Mm-mm.
I think it's his second season.
My second full year, yeah.
Oh,
Full
okay.
year.
When you came into ECR, you didn't run that 24. I forgot what you ran. I know you ran a 19 for a little bit.
I did. But that was because the Toyotas were fast in the other game.
Oh,
You
so
gotta be smart with what you're doing.
you believe that there's times where one vehicle is faster, one make is faster than the other?
I honestly have believed that in the past.
I do too. But when you get those old schoolers like me and Johnny, we're stuck with the numbers that we had because we've had them for a while, and I can't just.
I'm gonna stay with the 24 regardless because I've always been a Jeff Gordon fan and my make is Chevy regardless. I understand I just bought that brand new Toyota, but I'm still a Chevy motor person.
Now, Johnny, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jeff Gordon doesn't drive the 24. That's William Byard.
He used to. He used to.
True.
And for all old school NASCAR fans, 99% will remember the 24 with Jeff Gordon.
Now, how many wins would you say you have just in this season alone? As far as I wouldn't go into too much detail, but maybe over all three series.
Probably 10 at the most.
So, how many races? Out of how many of those races have you failed post-race inspection?
0.
I don't know, Johnny. I think we need to change our inspection kit.
Well, that's exactly what I would have said too. So.
Now, y'all got to look at this year. I'm not the one got the most wins so far.
Well, year ain't over yet.
Well,
I understand that.
Seriously, got to admit you're one of the two, maybe three that got a chance of winning that ECR Cup this year.
I'd say my biggest competition is going to be Evo Sully and them Warren. Sully, because he's getting good on that fucking gas mileage shit. He ain't quite as fast as me and Evo, but he's got that gas mileage working in his favor. And
Yeah, but
Evo's a tenth quicker than me right now at every track so far, and I don't know why.
well, what Evo does is he uses a cheat code that bases his time off his nearest competitor that allows him to be a tenth faster than his nearest competitor. Now, it's a simple
Well,
fact.
no, I'm watched it and I've clocked it, and I ain't never
It's
said nothing to him, and I'm sure he'll hear that when I say this right now. He'll start off the running a tenth quicker than me. But by the time we get down to 8, 9 laps to go, I'm running 2 tenths quicker than he is. I don't understand that.
well,
He's getting that extra tenth by digging them tires too quick.
I mean, y'all, you say tenths. Hell, y'all are a second at some tracks faster than me, so I'm just back here in the back chilling. Well, I look at myself somewhere around mid pack. Um, but again, if you fast motherfuckers fuck up, I will take it from you. Now, what about sliders and stuff like that, Johnny? When you were still racing full time with ECR, um, you know about the sliders too, don't you, Johnny? I mean, you use some sliders and stuff like that, right?
I have used slider.
Do you think that's
Basically, that's just for the track I don't have the numbers for, to see. Normally, yeah, normally I use my numbers, but if I don't have my numbers, I'll obviously have to use the sliders to chance I have. It's getting the top five.
and Johnny being one of the old school ECR guys, the Prez, bless you got to be looking at what's coming as far as if in a perfect world, if everything sets down in our lap like it's supposed to, hell, you got the new game to kick off the chase. That's going to reset everything. Not only points, but we got a whole nother engine to figure out.
I don't understand that, but my tire pressures have worked for me for the past 3 years on Stable 1, on the Cup, and the Xfinity. The truck, I do most of the time lean towards the slider on the truck series. Not all the time, but most of the time.
So you're saying with the new game, you're not really going to you're not going to go far away from your notebook.
No, never have, never will. I changed my notebook when NASCAR 15, after NASCAR 15, because back then I used to run 12s all the way around,
Mm.
except that Daytona and Talladega. And I'd run a 12 on my right, on my left rear at Daytona and Talladega.
On your what?
On, on my left rear, I'd run 12 pounds at Talladega and Daytona. It'd give me a pull. It'd give you more speed for some reason. Back in
Just
14 and 15.
well, you gave me a setup last night for Chicago, and you told me to run 100% tape, and I did. And 5 laps in, my motor was overheating. I couldn't figure out why, because I trusted
Well,
you.
I try to get all my competition to do something stupid to help me out.
Usually work.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, sometimes, and I play a lot of mind games with a lot of people. It helps. It really helps me out there too.
it's kind of like the last time I was electrocuted. I was electrocuted 3 times in the same spot, and I looked over at the person and said, "Hey, I'm only going to be electrocuted one more goddamn time." But Johnny, do you have any questions for old Mister Blessed over here, driver of the 24 Cup Series, uh,
Yeah,
25
not.
Xfinity?
I've, what happened to Ryan Reed? Can anybody tell me what happened to Ryan Reed? I watched that race last week. What happened to Ryan Reed? Number
Uh,
16 car?
I don't think there is a 16
Wasn't in
car.
the
I think
lineup.
he
He
got a
wasn't in the
ride.
race. Oh, okay. I
I
thought
don't
he had
think
it
he
for
got a
sure.
ride.
I was wondering where the hell he went. Watching the race, like, where the hell's the guy? I usually drive his car in our league. Wasn't in the race. I just wondered what happened. I figured he didn't have a seat.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking speaking of the 24 Cup car with Bless, Johnny, you drive the 48 Cup car. Whenever you're hopefully making your return back in Daytona next season, y'all are in-house teammates. How does that work, Johnny? As far as Bless reaching out to you know his teammates and stuff like that, and hell, Eva, with that.
Well, Bless, he always up front with the setup he had.
Oh, I'll
Not
always
not
tell my
not
exact setup. But the
not
thing
help
about
me.
it is, most if you're not running the same line as me, my setup really ain't gonna help nobody. But you gotta run the same line.
It's like that game years ago where you get a setup that basically every other car had, but you couldn't drive it.
Yeah.
They could, but you couldn't, and you couldn't. I couldn't understand how that works. It's usually a loose race car too. Too loose for me. A lot of times people can't run the same numbers you do.
Yeah.
Helping them out, trying to help them out. They can't run them numbers. Fine. Yeah, he was always forthcoming with the setup. A great teammate. Real happy to have him in the Hendrick stable, no doubt about it.
Now, Bless, you just heard from Johnny B there. Is there anything you want to tell Johnny B to, maybe make sure he makes his comeback next season?
I really would like to beat him too.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with doing that on a weekly basis, plus.
All right, guys, we're going to take a.
Hey, this is Welfare Bear, and don't forget to tune in on Thursday nights for ECR Truck Series.
Tired of getting pushed around by Bless and Evo? Well, come put them in the wall with Elite Cut Racing Xfinity Series Tuesday nights.
Damn it, man. I am on fire.
What are you talking about? You're on fire.
Well, I'm the fucking best.
Best at what?
The best at fucking ECR Madden League 2 times a week. Come on.
Oh man, I've got to get involved. How do I do that?
ECR Madden League on Facebook. Let's do it.
I'm going to get in and I'm going to put your fire completely out.
Well, let's do it, man. Come on.
Listening to 17 Minutes with South on ECR All Talk Radio.
Not stand super speedways. I hate them, especially Daytona. I'll take Talladega over Daytona every day. But what are some out of the four, road courses, short tracks? What are some of your favorite places to go?
My favorite track of all of them is Darlington. Most people hate
Darlington.
that track, but once you learn the grooves, that is one of the best, funnest tracks you can race at.
Now, is that the cow pasture pasture track?
No, that's the minnow pond.
One big turn, one little turn.
Yeah.
They say that's why they put it that way, because the guy who owned the farm wouldn't sell him the property, so they had to make the turn a little shorter. But okay,
I
Darlington.
ain't never heard
It's
of
fun.
that.
Yeah, it's fun. I used to like Darlington. Like you said, you get that groove going. Be a fun day.
Going back to Darlington, it was Johnny's right. It was a minnow pond that the guy did not want to destroy or disturb, so they had to choreograph the track around the damn minnow pond. So I don't know how big that fucking minnow pond was.
He was pretty. He wasn't going to give it up. That's for sure.
Evidently, yeah.
But not.
Well, Darlington.
So what do you? In your opinion, I know you just said Darlington is your favorite, but out of all of them, which is the most tracks that you like? Are they mile and a halfs? Are they short tracks? Obviously, there's only
The
two
short
super
tracks,
speedways.
mile and a half. I
What
do
would be your
not like now one of the super speedways. It's Anybody has a
Is it
chance there. It ain't about the best car or the
right?
fastest
Right.
car.
Or the
That's
draft, you
why
get
I
the
hate it. I
shaft.
hate it. Yeah. And if somebody bumps you and knocks you at the draft, then you're riding around a big ass track all night by yourself, which
Got your
ain't
arm out the
fun.
window. Sunday drive.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed you didn't say anything about road courses. Do you view yourself as a road racer, or do you even admire any of the road courses?
I'm a decent road racer. Never been one of my great spots. I like them. I'm not the fastest. I'm a top 3 or 4 car there.
It's fun to turn left or right sometimes.
It is, and I think ECR should have road courses.
Out of the
And
two,
I,
which we only have two, but out of the two, which is your favorite? Sonoma or the Glen?
the Glen is the easiest, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of road courses, like Johnny just said, we've actually got Charlotte too, and I don't think I've ever turned
Yeah,
one one lap at the Roval.
I have. It's a fun course.
It People that talk about it say yeah, it is fun, but there's a lot more less room for error at the Roval
Yeah.
than
Oh God, yeah.
for the rest of the road courses.
Hell yeah, it is. You get no room for error. The chicanes on the back stretch and front stretch. That's what usually gets me.
that's what usually gets everybody. I see a few replays of that, those corners you're talking about.
And turn one, if you miss that,
Now, Blast, who do you, as far as racing with Elite Cup Racing, who do you admire racing around, and who do you like seeing coming up on or in your rear view mirror seeing approaching? Who do you feel comfortable racing around in Elite Cup Racing?
mostly everybody I feel comfortable. I mean, most guys in ECR are pretty good, decent drivers, know how to hold their own line.
Um,
I think it'd be him and the other top three. You know what I mean? Evo, Kent.
yeah.
I think he'd.
I'd go with, I mean, I'm Warren, Evo, and Sully, is the other ones. Kent's good. I ain't taking nothing away from Kent. Kent just ain't quite as fast.
Well, to me, Kent's the Matt Kenseth, and if you don't, because he won't let
He
you
is.
know, he will not let you know he's coming, and before
He
you
can
know
get
it,
in.
you're like, where the hell did you come from? And here lately, he's been doing that a lot more. He won last week, and I think he finished second last night. So you don't
He
never
did,
count
like
old
I
Ken
told
out,
you. You
because
can't. He's always got a good strategy. A
he
damn
does.
good strategy.
He's to me, he's up there with Evo, if not just a little bit more of an edge as far as his strategy. Because I watched him in the Xfinity race, and I based my pitting off of him, and I happened to come out with the win at Chicago. Not to timestamp this, but it was a lot. But I didn't have the fastest setup, but I based my pitting off of Kent, watching Kent, and it played out. It worked out good for me. So yeah, there's like you said, Bless. There's a lot of guys that are up there. It ain't just a show of Bless and Evo no more. I don't believe it's these guys are
No,
catching
it
y'all.
ain't. There's some fast people out here these days.
Um, and like you said, with you handing out your setup, I mean, it's just even if they can't use your setup, they can base their
It's
setup
a base.
off what you're doing. Yeah.
Tickle it.
Yeah, whatever you need to do to it.
So how do you, as of right now, with your career with ECR, how do you view ECR, and how do you think where it's going? Is there anything that you would like to add to Elite Cup racing, take away from Elite Cup racing?
Elite Cup racing is doing great. The only thing I would say is Discord. We need one winner.
Yeah, it's
That has been the
something.
problem since day one. Two rooms, two sets of points. It's been the problem since we've started. I don't know how we're going to solve it, but it's always been in my back of my mind. One of the
Other
worst
than
things
that,
is two
ECR
rooms.
is great.
Well, Discord is something we definitely have looked at. We want one of the other series to at least try it, test it.
Try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get some testing under our boots. I mean, we know a lot of guys have raced other leagues that race with ECR now that have used Discord, and most of them praise it, like it, love it. But we also got to understand too that hell, Xbox is about to drop another Xbox. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
even a year and a half out from any kind of droppage, and
Yeah.
they may up the volume for a party chat. And
Right.
for I've never used Discord. Obviously, you have, blessed. If
Yes.
if you could use Discord versus use the regular game chat, which one would you prefer?
I'll tell you the truth, I couldn't tell no difference. I would use Discord just 'cause you could put that many people in a party. I couldn't tell the difference in the way it sounded because you put your earbuds in your ear and then your headphones over your ear, and you still hear everything just as clear as day, your motor and people talking.
Again, it's something that we're definitely going to have to try. And I think I'm not for sure. I'm not 100% on this. So if I'm wrong, I take full responsibility for it. But I think LaFarve is going to be testing the Discord as early as the winter series for the truck or next season, as far as that goes. But I, I definitely, as far as the Cup Series, um, I just want more testing done with anything that's new as far as that before we display it in the series as far as that goes. But hey, there
I
you
don't
have it.
blame
Les wants Discord, which I'm sure there's a lot of guys that whenever we go to break these rooms up, that just it takes away from you know the fun of what we're trying to create here, and at the same time, all we can do is based off of what we have. We're
you. Yeah.
limited to what the game gives us, and at this time, we're limited to the party chat field. Um, and I'll be honest with you, there's some racetracks that I don't think we could run efficiently 24 guys in one room without having a what we call a caution fest. So each turn, each mountain or whatever you want to say it, or however you want to say it, that we climb, or an obstacle that we jump over, there's another one right there that this creates this, and that's why we want more testing with the Discord. We don't want to test it with just four guys. We want to test it with something that we haven't tested before with, and that's a room of 20 or something like that. At,
Right.
Exactly. What exactly? Like I said, I'm kind of old and retarded, but what exactly is Discord?
It's an app
How
on
do I
your
obtain
phone,
it?
iPhone or Android. You can downgrade. I mean, you can download it to your phone, and it's like a party chat on the phone. So you put your earbuds in your ears, and then you take your headphones and go over top of your ears, and you can hear everything. You can hear people talking. You can have up to 32 people in a lobby.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah,
That's
I think
and
it's
that's
more
what
than,
it's
but I've
called,
seen 32.
a Discord app. So
Discord. Yeah.
I'll look into that.
It's basically a and A lot of the leagues are actually using it. A lot of the other
Yes,
leagues,
a lot of them are.
and it's just a way to get everybody in one room.
Pretty much.
Um,
But just think how much drastically that would change the points.
Oh God.
Those points moves really slow with two rooms.
Uh
Slow.
huh.
That was my only beef about two rooms was the points. It's too
Yeah.
tight. It's
Yeah.
2 second, 2/3.
well,
This way we only have one number one.
That's right. We know who won at Chicago.
well,
Now we don't. We got two winners.
at the
Guys were
same,
racing in the same room. They might have took one another out, and then I could have won.
Oh, I could have won.
but you you've also got you're looking at one side of the scenario. You've also got to look at the other side scenario. If we had one room with all these guys, hell, it could have been caution fest. So there's two sides to a pencil. You got to look at both of them. You can't just
Right.
look at one of them.
And I was thinking about, okay, let's increase the room. Even though we have this Discord going, let's increase the room. Or we get everybody in a big damn practice room for that week's race. You know, and we'll do a damn mock race or something. Get everybody on same page
Yeah.
with the group, and by the time we get there on Saturday, it should be pretty
Yeah.
good.
Exactly.
Again, two
Make it almost a
sides.
mandatory thing. You know what
All
I mean?
right.
You got
Yeah.
you
Now
got to come to testing, or you ain't making this week's race. Sorry.
could I say something about that also? A lot of leagues do that. You have to practice and show that you practice or you won't race. And a lot of people do jump on. I know now, I'll say a good 10 people will practice. But there's a few that don't, and it shows.
And you can't do that. You have to
Uh-uh.
practice. Even though I hated
You
practice,
got
it's boring
you
as
got to
hell. You know what I
practice
mean?
with other people to drive around them, to see how they're gonna drive, to adjust your setup to driving around in traffic.
It's like I said, it's definitely understandable, and I hear what y'all are saying, but at the same time, you cannot make it mandatory for just a simple fact of life. Um,
Right.
Yeah.
there's guys
That's what they
that race
did.
with do what?
That's what they do in other leagues. If you don't want to race, you don't have to race, but you got to show practice.
And we definitely understand that. We see that. I look at a lot of other leagues and watch what they're doing, but I'm not going to tell a guy that has been around for a while that really loves just racing with us. Hey, you can't race this week because you didn't practice at all.
Now,
Uh,
well, they say, hold on, I'd like to say one thing. Now, just about everybody who's been in ECR longer than me practices.
well, for the most
Look
part,
at take me for example. I always practiced. Maybe not as much as everybody else, but I always ran some laps on that week's track. It was by myself or was with other people. It's just what you did. And
Yeah,
you could not do it.
and I'll say that for the
Like
majority of ECR
I
who
understand
does
where Salt
practice.
is coming from about old guys coming from ECR from back in the day, like Ernie showing up one Saturday to race Talladega. He ain't racing a month. First thing on my mind was,
Yeah,
oh hell, here we go. You know, this ain't going to turn out too good. But I understand what Salt was saying about these part of it. We ain't gonna say you can't do it.
yeah.
Most
But
of the
now
time,
it
it turned
does
out.
show on people who show up that ain't racing in a while. It shows.
yeah, I mean,
Look how long we've been racing together, and look how much we bump into each other. I mean, it's just a natural thing. You look in real life racing, it happens all the time.
Oh
These
yeah.
boys are pros. These boys are pros. Uh, so
it's
yeah, I don't think you can help.
if it was ever needed, I think it's now because I do believe with the new game. See, right now we can't really bump too much because you'll get
No.
a surge and one guy will actually shoot off. Like I think I was racing last night with a guy, one of the new guys, excuse me, and started messing with him as far as just talking to him. And hell, he bumped me and sent me out to the infield. Luckily, I didn't hit the wall, but maybe I did. I don't know. I've actually got a video of that, so I can post that right now. You will be looking at the video right here. But with that said, I mean, there's always things that we need to do that have to be implemented or put in a different way. Just making things mandatory. Hey, you've got to like. There's some leagues out there that make it mandatory that you have to put the league's initials in your name.
On your
Now,
name. Yeah, that's stupid.
yeah, well, that's them. That's something that ECR will never do. If I did anything like that, I'd make y'all all put an A in front of your name. And you may ask, why for the A? But it's
I
so
thought because my name was Alan, you wanted everybody to be like me.
now there's
No,
no
it's
way.
for
I
a
didn't ask.
totally different reason. Trust me.
It's whenever we go find you on the list, everybody will be at the top.
Everybody's up front.
I'm losing my voice here. Johnny, do you have any more questions for Blessed? Johnny, you still there? I think his mic cut off.
Might have them.
He ain't wiggled it in a while.
Wiggle your mic, Johnny.
If you wiggle it more than 3 times, you're playing with it. Well, Blessed, it was a very nice interview.
Yeah.
Very nice talking with you and all that. Now, you race all 3 series, that's correct.
Yes.
Is there any game outside of racing that you like to partake in?
Oh God, yeah. I like golfing. I like Apex. I like 7 Days to Die. I like Madden.
Now,
How about that new golf game? Aren't the greens a little
You
fast on
play
that
that,
game,
Johnny?
huh? Yes, I did. Them greens are
Why don't you?
fast.
Why don't you play on the league? Golf league.
I ain't that damn good.
Ain't
No,
nobody
no.
that damn good at that game.
oh yeah, they
Like I
are
go to play
too.
that game, and I think I'm 5 over in the first hole.
Oh
I get on the
yeah.
green at
Well,
3. I should par out, and it takes me 4 fucking putts to get it in the hole. Wait, I'm
I've seen
supposed to
unworn
swear.
go 33 on. I mean oval.
So yeah, I
I mean,
haven't even advanced to the damn pro thing yet, dude. That's how bad I am. I'm still in the damn school or whatever the hell
oh,
it is.
the beginner clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I could figure out them greens, I hit them too
they're
hard. That's
tough.
what I'm doing. It goes right to the hole, dude, and it bounces out like a son of a bitch.
That's Junior's problem.
Well,
Yeah, that
He's
water's
gotten a
real
lot better.
sensitive.
Blessed,
Last night I think he went 6 under.
we're gonna go ahead and cut your interview off here. We're about 20 minutes over, so all the guys are gonna see your interview and they ask, why in the hell did Blessed get 20 extra minutes? So Johnny, if you
Is he
would,
good?
Because I'm special.
See, I called it.
we want to
See?
thank you for coming up in the booth with us this weekend, Johnny. It was a very special show up from you, and we want to say
Not a
we,
problem.
we can't wait for you to come back and strap into a race car with us. Bless, it's always been a pleasure.
It's fun.
It
Thank
was
you.
fun. I appreciate y'all having me, guys.
And this is Elite Cup All Talk Radio signing off. Another 17 minutes with South. We'll see y'all next weekend.